Wow. Spot on. Though if you know anything about political marriages when it comes to clan names and all that, I feel like you can easily predict this happening. Also, I had a feeling that like the wedding was a bit odd after Chisato was kind of like reserved about the letter and everything. I had a feeling something was up. And especially when Ayato had to quickly like say stuff to the three guys and then left. You can tell something suspicious was going on, especially about the wedding and especially about that letter. It was, I thought, in my opinion, it was pretty obvious. I wonder if you guys kind of figured that out by now, if you're playing this on your own, and then watching this. I'm wondering, but moving on beyond that, we have a domain we need to go into, or it's not a domain, and really.
What are you doing? Release Shinojo this instant!
Stop this at once.
Yo.
It's the Yashiro Commissioner. Well, we take orders from our master, no one else.
Really? Then please, excuse me.
Shall we?
Soldiers, quick!
Cascade. Mind the deluge.
Withdraw.
This is why
Blast.
I was excited.
Let's go.
Traitors.
We must report to Master right away.
Who's your master?
Hey, get back here!
No need to follow them. We need bait to catch the fish anyway. Leave them be.
Good plan.
I think I saw a key fall to the ground during the fight. Let's free Shinojo first. But in all the chaos, it must have been kicked to one side.
Ayato?
Where did it end up?
What the? It's a tanuki? Oh, don't tell Paimon that the tanuki took it!
I don't think it's a Tanuki.
Let's follow it and see.
Wait.
Thank you. Thank you. It was terrifying. They said they were gonna throw the cage into the sea with me still inside.
Jesus.
Oh, wait. You have to listen to me. Lady Chisato's wedding. It's all part of a scheme. Someone's trying to use the wedding for their own ends.
Yeah, we know that by now.
Calm down, Shinojo. It's okay. We know about all that.
Huh?
Our suspicions were roused to this possibility, and so far, everything is unfolding rather as we expected. Those behind this plan are not going to give up easily. Their next move is imminent. We must devise sufficient countermeasures.
Yashiro Commissioner, you're personally going to take action?
This situation has consequences for the whole Tri-Commission, and the stability of all Inazuma is at stake. My hitherto neutral stance ends now. The almighty Shogun has always despised these pathetic power games. As a commissioner, I am a servant of the Shogun, and it is therefore my duty to handle these tiresome matters on her behalf.
That's true.
Shinojo, don't return to your post yet. Find somewhere safe and stay hidden. Traveler, Paimon, let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commissioner...
Of course you're right here, Matsura.
I hear you showed up here with no explanation and attacked my men. You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret mission, now would you?
I heard that someone was taking the law into their own hands. As a responsible official of Inazuma, I could not in good conscience stand idly by. Shinojo may be your retainer, but the law does not grant you the right to abuse him.
Abuse? Nonsense. I was just teaching him a lesson. Out of nowhere, a low-ranking officer decides to barge in on Lady Hiiragi and start spouting out the most absurd and insulting nonsense one can imagine. A truly egregious loss of decorum.
Is it nonsense?
I dare say, the poor lady was terrified.
So, you're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions? Because otherwise, why would you describe it as
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere?
Two people from two different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I know what he was thinking? Even if she marries into the Kujou Clan, Lady Hiiragi will always be the daughter of the Hiiragi Clan and the most distinguished member of the Kanjou Commission. We are, and always will be, her loyal assistants. It's our duty to see that she never has to worry about anything. Loyalty and duty are our guiding principles. Not only did this guard show no regard for either, he went out of his way to upset our lady. How
Are
could
you
one do such a
always with
thing?
Chisato? Or
Even
were you
if
with
we put it down
Shinsuke?
to a rare moment of impulsivity.
Because
I have to
depending on your
say,
answer,
I'm
I think
surprised to see one of
depending
such
on your
noble
answer,
standing as yourself rushing to his defense.
things will be very
This guy
interesting.
is good. Annoyingly good.
He's a slime ball, but it's also difficult to argue against.
Funny. I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you. There's not been a dull moment since I took up my post in the Yashiro Commission. Every day I've been exposed to new and fascinating things. For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue. So long, in fact, that you can tie 2 knots in the portion of it that extends out of its beak. I'm sure someone as erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these unusual avians.
Keep them as pets.
Nah.
You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever, and certainly doesn't make a suitable pet.
Nice
If you
play,
catch one,
Ayato.
the best thing you can do is actually cut its tongue off and
And
throw it out of
the
the
window.
The reason they give is this. The longest tongue has the most to say, but don't be deceived as it chirps away, lest the song it sings lead you astray.
I say, Yashiro Commissioner, are you here simply to mock the Kanjou Commission?
Far from it. In my mind, the Kanjou Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright and forthright, conscientious and loyal. It is unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of a plan to remove Lady Hiiragi from her position in the Kanjou Commission.
Yashiro Commissioner, please don't make accusations without any evidence.
The evidence is
Evidence is
standing right in front of me,
is it not?
is it not? I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said something that you did not like. Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by
I
someone with less
knew
of a
it.
sense of loyalty than even an ordinary servant. You studied hard and took a government position, only to make it to where you are now just to play these petty power games behind the scenes. I'm not sure whether it's because you're smart enough to play the system, or too foolish to know any better. In your years of service to the Shogun, not only have you managed to glean nothing good from the people around you, you have also let yourself be blinded by self-interest. And now you have ruined your once bright future. I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura. I just feel sorry for you.
Is that right? Then tell me, if you're so bright, what exactly do you think you can do to me? This is at most a Kanjou Commission issue. We'll handle this amongst ourselves. You are reaching rather outside of your bounds, Yashiro Commissioner. If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, might I be so bold then, as to question your motives in doing so? I think you are simply opposed to an alliance between the Kanjou Commission and Tenryo Commission, because the new balance of power in the Tri-Commission would be a threat to you personally. So you come here with an elaborate excuse to try and break up this marriage.
So, that's how you view it. Well, I have to admit, you clearly are far more talented than I at monitoring the power balance within the Tri-Commission.
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding is going to happen, and nothing is going to change that. The notices have already been sent out. All of Inazuma City knows about it now. Most of the public weren't aware that Kujou Kamaji and Hiiragi Chisato were courting. But you can bet it's all anybody's talking about now. Once the notices go out, that's it. The wedding is a sure thing, even if it hasn't happened just yet.
I see. It seems like I was wrong.
So suddenly we see eye to eye?
I had expected you to at least be smarter than most. But it seems that I was gravely mistaken.
Matsuda, you called game too
Kamisato
early.
Ayato, you... How dare you!
You've made your move. Now, I suppose it's time I made mine.
Call in the Shimatsuban.
What do you mean?
Do you seriously think this marriage will bring the Kanjou Commission and the Tenryou Commission together? Isn't it at all possible that the Kanjou Commission becomes marginalized as a consequence of this union? Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking to you.
Oh, I think I call him the Shimatsuban here.
That
Never
will
mind
be
then.
all for now. If you would excuse me, I shall take my leave.
Oh, he's shaking him.
Hey! Hey! What was all that? Paimon didn't follow at all.
Well
They
played.
had their scheme, but fortunately I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming out from the shadows and revealing themselves. Let's see how things are in Inazuma City. Then, I'll take you through the details of my plan.
Well played, Ayato. Well played indeed. So I'm assuming sooner or later he's gonna involve the not just one, but like
More
most of the
speed.
Shimatsuban ninjas into this. What are adventurers doing here?
Look at this. The daughter of the Kanjou Commission's Hiiragi
So they
Clan
spread it.
and the master of the Tenryou Commission's Kujou Clan are getting married.
Sounds like an all-around perfect match, don't you think?
For sure. I'm just surprised. It seems very sudden. I hadn't heard a single word about it until now.
Good luck to them, I say. I'm sure it must have been a hard decision.
Looks like the wedding is definitely going ahead.
It's still too early to make that conclusion. Our adversary wants to push this marriage past the point of no return. However, we can still beat them at their own game. But only if Kujou Kamaji is willing to help us.
That's true. You can't be blinded by love and then just ruin Chisato, basically. If you can somehow convince him that this marriage is gonna pretty much ruin Chisato's life in a way, I think he's willing to postpone it just a bit. Or not just postpone it per se, but just spread the rumor that he's going to postpone it because I feel like he cares about Chisato more than just the marriage, you know?
Welcome. I just heard that the news of my wedding has been officially announced. It seems so sudden. I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, about that. It's kinda complicated.
I see. So someone's trying to take advantage of our marriage.
If you proceed with the wedding, the repercussions for you are likely to be minimal. But we must take Lady Hiiragi's situation into consideration.
I've previously considered this possibility. But in the end, we're getting married for true love. And I've promised her that I'll do everything in my power
And if
to
this
protect
marriage
her.
is not protecting her per se,
I understand where you're coming from, but to be frank, she should not need your protection. Or, to put it another way, you have tacitly admitted that Lady Hiiragi will need your help to get through the hard times ahead, which perhaps suggests that, deep down, you realize all she stands to lose. I don't mean to criticize you. It is natural to want to protect our loved ones. You're an intelligent and gentle person, and I'm sure you would have been able to think about this more objectively were you not so emotionally involved in the situation. I'm sure you admire Lady Hiiragi for being the independent, gentle, resilient, and strong-willed person she is. For the sake of marrying you, this wonderful woman will become someone who has to depend on you for the rest of her life. Are you really okay with that?
I love her with all my heart, and would do anything to make her happy. That's why I cannot abide to see her suffer or be manipulated by other people. Yashiro, Commissioner, you're right. It was naive and selfish of me to take things this far.
Good, we see eye to eye.
It's too late now, isn't it? There are notices everywhere.
No, exactly.
I have a plan, but it needs a villain. Sir Kujou, in order for my plan to work, you and I must both play the role of antagonists.
Oh, this is
but
ironic.
It is not without its risks. Are you willing to help?
If there's a way to salvage this, then let's hear it.
I've told the people at the Kanjou Commission that the marriage isn't going to unify the Kanjou Commission and the Tenryou Commission. On the contrary, it's a terrible idea that will marginalize the Kanjou Commission. The context for this is that they are planning to use this marriage to bring down the Hiiragi Clan, and the key to their success is coming up against no resistance to the marriage from the Tenryou Commission. But what if we were to imagine for a moment that since the affairs of the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou Commission has been planning to make a move against the weakened Kanjou Commission? The only reason you have been hesitant to act since taking over the Tenryou Commission is because you care about Lady Hiiragi's feelings. And so, your plan is to liaise with the Yashiro Commission to marry her and bring her out of the Kanjou Commission as soon as possible.
Liaise?
Once that is achieved, as the person in charge of the Tenryou Commission, you no longer have any reason to hesitate.
I see. This is an ingenious plan. It takes advantage of the situation perfectly.
Just to make Hiiragi Chisato indispensable.
Exactly. Our purpose is to change Lady Hiiragi's position from an unnecessary burden to an indispensable asset. By doing so, we can even strengthen her position in the Kanjou Commission. Once our adversaries realize how the network of connections behind the scenes really looks, they'll do their utmost to stop this wedding from happening. Then, we simply leave them to clear up the mess they've created.
Got it.
So the network of connections? This is all way too complicated for Paimon. Can you just tell us what you need us to do?
This is very
we have
complicated.
to make sure that the
This is very
behind-the-scenes
big brain.
story comes to the attention of our dear friends in the Kanjou Commission. Matsura, with whom I spoke earlier, will now be fearing the worst. No doubt he'll be on the lookout for the first sign of a crisis. In that case, he will almost certainly have placed informants throughout Inazuma City. What we need to do is to use these informants as a breeding ground for our fake intel. Sir Kujou, there are certain things that I need you to attend to personally. It's almost time. My ninja has located one of the informants. Let's go and see if he'll take the bait.
This is very big brain and Gala, and I don't understand Ayato's plan. But I kind of find that ironic how he says we're gonna play the role of the antagonist because, you know, his Japanese voice actor voices Otto, and Otto's character is never mind. Never mind. Let's just move on.
That person is one of Matsura's informants. Let's follow him. Be careful not
Oh
to
god,
get
it's a stealth
seen.
mission. Are you kidding me?
Did you see that? Sir Kujou Kamaji just came past here with a huge group of people.
Could it be related to the wedding announcement?
Maybe, but from the look on his face, it seems like something much more serious. He and his men seem pretty intense at the moment. Isn't it all a bit excessive for a wedding?
Yo, wait, what do you mean he got too far away?
Well, perhaps this is karma.
The Tenryou Commission has sent a load of people to Rito. I guess it must have something to do with the wedding.
Oh.
I think in all there must have been about 100 people so far.
That doesn't sound good. What could be going on? I hope it's just Sir Kujou Kamaji being overcautious.
Okay, they're talking about the thing that Kamaji is doing right now.
The news is spreading fast, but it appears Master's fears may be well placed. There's no way they sent this many people just to escort the bride.
Uh-oh.
I have to investigate.
He ran off!
As expected. Let's follow him.
Okay, made it.
Wow! It's like the whole Tenryou Commission is here.
Excuse me, has something happened on this road? I'm a businessman passing through, and it's a little disconcerting to see this place so heavily guarded.
Ah, please don't be alarmed. As I'm sure you've heard, the wedding of Sir Kujou Kamaji and Lady Hiiragi Chisato will take place any day now. Sir Kujou decided to send for Lady Hiiragi ahead of time, and have her live in Inazuma City during the run-up to the wedding.
I see.
We are here to clear the way for Lady Hiiragi. Not just us either. You'll see more Tenryou Commission members as you go further along. We're all here for the same duty.
Isn't this a little excessive?
Sir Kujou holds Lady Hiiragi in the highest regard, and wants to treat her with the utmost respect, from beginning to end.
I understand. Sorry to disturb your work. Drat. It's exactly as Master feared. They say they're here to guard the road, but really they're poised to attack if Master doesn't allow Lady Hiiragi to leave Rito. Wait, no. If Lady Hiiragi does leave, they'll have all the more reason to strike. But we're in no state to defend against the Tenryou Commission attack. I must tell Master right away.
He ran off again!
Now he realizes how serious the situation is.
That should do it. The seeds have been sown. In this atmosphere, mounting suspicion will nurture fear among the Kanjou Commission. Now, we wait patiently for it to grow and ferment. The calm before the storm is always the part that unsettles people the most.
Are they really gonna own up and apologize, just like that?
If you're curious to find out, you can visit the Hiiragi Clan in Rito in a couple of days. I have some other business to attend to, so I won't be spending any more time on this situation. In any case, we've made our move. It's only a matter of time before they give up and surrender.
Why are you so confident?
This is not my first time. Well then, goodbye for now. I truly hope that things will work out.
Are you really gonna part ways with Ayato
interests.
here?
He left kind of abruptly. Are things really gonna turn out like he predicted?
Let's keep an eye on things until the end.
Paimon too. Well, let's go to Rito again in 2 days.
These people from the Tenryou Commission have been here for days now.
I guess they're here to pick up Lady Hiiragi. But why would it be taking so long?
I heard that the Kanjou Commission suddenly said they don't want Lady Hiiragi to leave. To be honest, I'd be hesitant if I were her. A crowd this size comes to Rito? Who knows what they could be planning?
Shh, stay quiet. Someone might hear you.
Oh, right. Sorry. How did things get to this point?
There is a lot of members of the Tenryou Commission now, isn't there?
Hello. How may I help?
Why is such a strong Tenryou Commission presence here?
We arrived here 2 days ago to escort Lady Hiiragi to Inazuma City. Sir Kujou Kamaji gave us very strict orders, so we have to obey. But every time we attempt to receive the bride, the Hiiragi Clan always finds an excuse to delay things. Since we haven't fulfilled our duties yet, we decided to stay in Rito until Lady Hiiragi is ready to come with us.
People suspect something is wrong.
We apologize. It was not our intention to stay here so long. We promise our presence here will not impact ordinary people's lives. We can only hope that the leaders of the Hiiragi Clan will start to cooperate soon. If this stalemate continues, who knows? Sir Kujou might give us orders to be less accommodating.
I mean, sorry dude, but we have to do this. There's a lot of members now, aren't there?
How much longer does your master plan to hold them off?
I have no idea. We're stuck in limbo here. Master's been very on edge these past few days. He gets irate over the smallest things, and is suspicious of everything. He's been yelling at me a lot. I understand that he's anxious, but I mean, what can we do? I've told him before, never cross the Yashiro Commissioner.
Yeah, good advice. With him, you just know that whatever he's doing, a lot of preparation has gone into it. If Lady Hiiragi is really taken away, then what will the Tenryou Commission do? And what will the Yashiro Commission do?
Maybe we should tell Master to discuss things with Lady Hiiragi.
Hiiragi Chisato is now at the center of every conversation in Rito. By now, the Kanjou Commission probably knows how important she is. But what about what she thinks?
That's true. Hey, Chisato.
Oh, Traveler! I assume you've heard about everything that's been going on out there. What on earth is happening?
Don't worry, we can explain everything. So, what happened was...
Hold on. Someone may be eavesdropping.
After the Tenryou Commission arrived, they suddenly became alarmed. They keep having secretive discussions and won't allow me to have any direct contact with the Tenryou Commission. I never would have thought that this was Sir Kamisato's plan. Now it all makes sense.
Yep, we're pretty much laying the bait and waiting for them to catch it. Since we last met, have you made your mind up?
I'm sorry, I haven't.
2 days
Maybe
and
there's
still
no right
didn't?
or wrong decision. Maybe everything would be easier if I simply didn't have the choice. I used to tell myself things like this to avoid having to think about it. But once I saw the notices appearing out of nowhere on the streets, signaling that the wedding was confirmed, I didn't feel reassured at all. Instead, I felt a great sense of regret. I keep thinking back to what Sir Kamisato said. This is supposed to be my bright and beautiful future. But what if it's not?
This is exactly what he is worried about. You can't rush into important things.
I can happily accept that if someone was trying to take advantage of my marriage, I should absolutely refuse to go through with it. But that's not the answer I'm looking for. And also, now that things have escalated to this point, it will be tricky to resolve.
Ah, Lady Hiiragi, here you are. You scared me for a second.
Matsura?
I thought you'd gone missing. You... Wait, you're the ones who were with the Yashiro Commissioner that day. What do you think you're doing here? Are you trying to convince Lady Hiiragi to leave?
Calm down. They're my friends. They're just here to visit me.
Friends? Are you sure? Just friends? Lady Hiiragi, I told you already, these are exceptional circumstances. You need to be more vigilant in everything you do.
Speak for yourself.
You are extremely important to us, and to the entire Kanjou Commission. Who's to say they don't have a hidden agenda?
If you want to accuse us of trying to abduct her, just come out and say it!
You're acting far less dignified than when we last met.
Don't be rude. You've been very highly strung lately, seeing everything as a threat.
You won't even follow Lady Hiiragi's orders now?
Listen to me. I know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened so far. His arrival might well be your very last chance to fix this. The present state of affairs in Rito shows me that the situation has escalated well past the point where you could hope to control it. If this deadlock continues any longer, we will have nothing to gain and much to lose. This is not an order. All I need you to do is give me an explanation and take responsibility for the situation.
Understood, my lady. I shall discuss with the others right away.
Chisato. You handled that well.
I was so nervous. But I thought things are now so critical that I should at least give it a try. And it worked remarkably well.
That's what I call a voice of authority.
Yes, well, let's wait and see what happens. I hope they provide a satisfactory response.
We had a serious discussion and reflected on our mistakes. In all honesty, no one can handle the weight of the situation here. Everyone is besides themselves with worry. It'll drive us mad if it continues any longer. I'm so sorry. My actions were radical and duplicitous. I was selfish and ignored the greater good. And then I left the situation to fester. Would you please give us a second chance? For my lady's sake, please give the Kanjou Commission another chance.
It's no use talking to me. You'll have to talk to Kamisato Ayato.
I suppose you're right. The only person who can change the Tenryou Commission's mind will be the Yashiro Commissioner. We'll head off to the Kamisato estate shortly and beseech him to help us with the utmost sincerity. Lady Hiiragi, might I ask you to join us? You are the most important person. Without you, we have no other way.
Let's go and see.
By the way, aren't you a good friend of the Yashiro Commissioner? Please put in some good words for me.
Well, we'll see what we can do. Ayato?
Yashiro Commissioner, I'm sure you've heard the news. The Tenryou Commission has now occupied Rito, refusing to leave until we hand Lady Hiiragi over to them. I realize I have greatly offended you with my atrocious actions, and I realize also that this must sound like the very height of absurdity. But please, have mercy, good sir.
I'm sorry, Mr. Matsura. I'm exceptionally busy and have but a moment to spare before my next engagement. I fear this leaves no time for small talk. So, please, if you would be so kind, get straight to the point.
I know our apology means nothing to you, but we really have nothing else left to offer by this point. I'm terribly sorry. Everyone in the entire Kanjou Commission now realizes the gravity of this situation. Lady Hiiragi is indispensable to us. We promise to always support her. So, would it be at all possible for you to talk to Sir Kujou once more, on our behalf?
You make it sound so easy. The Tri-Commission will be ridiculed by the public if we choose to withdraw the notices now and eat our words. What do you plan to do about this? To lose face for the Tri-Commission is to bring shame to Her Excellency. Are you and your associates ready to face the thunderous wrath of the almighty Shogun?
We will take full responsibility. We'll publish a new notice and hold a conference to explain the situation. We will make sure that the public knows this was all a huge misunderstanding. We'll do everything we can to minimize the impact. Everything we can.
Master Matsura, you should have known it would come to this. Whatever were you thinking? But the Tri-Commission must always put the interests of Inazuma first, regardless of what Sir Kujou and I may feel at this present moment. If the situation in Rito is left to fester any further, things may get out of control. But Lady Hiiragi and the inhabitants of Rito are innocent. If we fail to contain the situation promptly, the rumor mill will wreak havoc on the Tri-Commission's reputation. Try keeping a pet bird. You'll see what I mean. Songbirds who know how to hold a tune can be very pleasant to listen to, but they can also become irritating if they don't know when to stop. And as for the ones with excessively long tongues, Well, they're so insufferable that they can't be kept as pets at all. But it doesn't take a moment to cut out their tongues and silence them for good.
Yes, I understand.
I've listened to your concerns, and I'll talk to Sir Kujou for you. But I can't guarantee that he will change his mind.
I understand. Thank you for your help, Yashiro Commissioner.
All right, you ought to return now. I'm sure you have a sizable mess to deal with back in the Kanjou Commission.
Okay, then please excuse me. Thank you once again, Commissioner.
That's what happens when you try to force a marriage. Jerk.
Ah, yes, Lady Hiiragi. I have something to tell you. Would you mind?
Oh? Why, of course. Sir Kamisato, you became a completely different person just now. It felt so intense.
Unruly servants like him need to be severely reprimanded. As a commissioner, the almighty Shogun trusts me to do her will.
He takes his job very seriously.
As I should. But now, I'd like to take off my commissioner hat and share a personal story with you.
Oh, God.
Oh, please. I'd love to hear it.
I have a feeling.
You must have heard that the Kamisato clan once went through an extremely difficult period.
It is!
My father worked incredibly hard to compensate for the grave errors made by the Kamisato clan long ago, and restore our reputation. The work took a toll on his health, and ultimately led to his untimely demise. My mother loved him dearly.
Oh my
She passed
Lord.
soon after. This sudden turn of events dealt a heavy blow to the Yashiro Commission. Behind the scenes, things became very unstable. Everyone thought that the Kamisato clan had lost power. That made my sister and me nothing but burdens hindering the ambitions of others. It may sound preposterous now, but I assure you that is the truth of what the Yashiro Commission has been through.
Huh. Pretty similar to
How the Kanjou Commission is now.
Back then, I had no choice but to accept the position I was in. While I desperately looked around for powerful supporters, I endured smear campaigns and attempts to exploit me.
Of course, the Yashiro Commission was not exempt from this either. Except this happened years ago. Decades ago. Centuries ago, I would dare say. I can't believe it. So in the end, all three of the Tri Commissions actually has gone through this phase one way or another. For the Kanjou Commission, it was Kujou Sera's stepfather. For the Kanjou Commission, it was Hiiragi Shinsuke. For the Yashiro Commission, it was Ayato's father. And that's why Ayato has such a, and that's why Ayato knows this experience like the back of his hand, because he himself was in this exact same situation. Which is why he's willing to do anything to defend him and his sister's positions. And not just his positions, but him and his own sister and everyone, all of his loved ones. Because he was about to be exploited as well, just like Chisato was. That is...
I had no other choice. I had to honor my parents' dying wishes, and I also had a young sister to take care of. I didn't mind what became of me, but my family. No one can ever be allowed to trample over my precious family. Fortunately, I persisted, and the Kamisato clan was able to survive this storm.
I think I now know where my sense of loss and confusion was coming from. Shinojo once told me that he saw what was in me, in a way that no one else did. That's why he couldn't bear to see me live the rest of my life depending on someone else. I thought the reason I felt unsettled was because of uncertainty over getting married. But the fact is, it's because I felt too young and inexperienced to handle the situation facing me.
The reason why Sir Kujou was able to face the prospect of marriage so confidently is because he's prepared for anything.
That's it. The situation I'm facing now is the same one he
faced back then.
When his clan was in crisis, he bravely drew his blade and challenged the almighty Shogun. And now, it is time for me to make a stand and become my own person.
This is incredible. I like how we use Ayato's story quest and A's first character story quest to conclude the struggles of the Tri-Commissions, and after all the struggle is done, after the Sakuku Decree is finished, then we can start having a festival in Inazuma. That is incredible. That is a way of good world building and storytelling, if I would dare say so myself. I think this just makes Rider Shogun's actual story quest way better now than it used to be. For my opinion, because in my opinion I just saw it as a date, but now, after this, that story quest was necessary, I think. Talk about a good story quest, man.
Well said. I'm sure once you have grown and gained confidence, your father will be able to let go and allow you to decide how you want to live the rest of your life. It might not sound exciting, but this kind of personal growth is a necessary step in the pursuit of true happiness.
And I'm sure I can get there. I will use this as an opportunity to take over the responsibilities of the Hiiragi Clan. I'll think about marriage again after everything is more settled.
Good.
This puts less pressure on Kamaji.
One step at a time,
I can support and protect myself without having to worry about becoming a burden or dependent on someone else.
My best wishes to both of you were and remain heartfelt. When the time comes for the wedding to go ahead, I will come to congratulate you once more.
Thank you, Sir Kamisato. I am grateful for everything you have shared with me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to deal with back home.
Take care, Lady Hiiragi. I'm confident that on your return, you will find your Kanjou Commission associates most receptive to your instruction.
Yes, in fact, my recent experience suggests the same. Thank you once again.
She really has the air of a leader now.
They really are a good match for each other.
Hats off to you too, sir. Everyone thought there was no way out until you pulled that super smart strategy out of nowhere.
In fact, counter-checking is a perfectly common maneuver in the game of chess. Our rival this time was easy to deal with. He was smart, but short-sighted, and sloppy in his execution.
It's all a game of chess to you,
This
huh?
outcome is entirely within my expectation.
Even so, Paimon could never come up with a plan that cunning in a whole
Oh, the irony.
Anyway, it's kind of a relief to see that Chisato has decided to set the Hiiragi Clan straight.
I agree. Stability in Inazuma benefits me as well. I wasn't about to pass up an opportunity to make less trouble for myself.
Speaking about your stance, you weren't in this just to help Chisato, weren't you?
Well, the fact is that I am first and foremost the Yashiro Commissioner. Perhaps for Master Matsura, power is his life's pursuit. But for me, nothing matters more than the stability of Inazuma. A stable nation is the prerequisite for a stable Yashiro Commission. Only then can the Kamisato clan and the other Yashiro Commission clans have a peaceful existence. But human desire will always be a factor in the equation. This is not the first situation of its kind, nor will it be the last. All I have tried to do is make sure the three parties to the Tri-Commission serve to restrain each other. Stasis is not the only form of stability. A balance of power leaving no room for maneuver achieves the same end.
Mutual restraint.
Another positive outcome is that everyone recognizes how important Lady Hiiragi is now. I think I did her a sizable favor in that regard. Dealing with the Hiiragi clan will be much easier for her than navigating a new and unfamiliar one.
There were so many things at play over this one wedding. Wait a second. You weren't trying to stop the wedding from the very beginning, were you?
I thought straight away it was bad timing. Nevertheless, everything
True.
I said to Hiiragi Chisato was entirely sincere. If you choose to give up your stance on something once, you'll be having to compromise for the rest of your life. I didn't want to see her suffer because she didn't realize what she was getting into. Now, she has the chance to become her own person. Let's see who she becomes.
Okay then, guess we'll have to wait and see.
See you next time.
All right. Farewell, and profuse thanks to you both. I shall have to host you at the Kamisato estate when my sister is next available.
Looks like everything's resolved. Masterfully done. Everything was perfect. Well, except for one minor detail.
I'm so sorry,
I ended
Toma.
up with a glass of very peculiar tasting milk.
Didn't you like it? I distinctly remember you saying you are quite partial to exotic flavors.
Oh, my lord.
The Traveler had one of those as well.
I'm sure he's made a great impression on you.
The Traveler did indeed play a critical role in this case. I'm sure both families would have been more guarded against me had he and his companion not been present. It wouldn't have been so easy to get to the heart of the matter.
There you go again, my lord. Placing the focus on other people while discreetly performing your job to perfection.
Naturally. Yes. Now that we're both free, let's finish off that game of chess we started a few days ago.
Are you planning on beating Toma again? The Firmiana Leaf Falls. Talk about a good character story quest. How do I say this? It's a good story quest. I'm gonna say that much right now. It's a really good story quest because I feel like it's a really good conclusion to the Tri-Commission's perspective of Inazuma, not just Inazuma as a whole. Because when it comes to the true conclusion of Inazuma, there's a lot of things to consider. We have A's perspective to consider as well, the Tri-Commissions as well, and the general public. So I'm kind of glad that this is how we're ending things off, in a way, because I don't know if it'll be proper to leave Inazuma without a proper conclusion like this. So I think Inazuma's is kind of left open so that they can now start putting in more festivals and events. That's gonna make a huge difference in Inazuma. And we can actually have some fun stuff happen here on our way to Sumeru, basically, because Sumeru's gonna be the 4th nation. So, good story quest. I especially love how they really focus on Ayato and his talents of strategy. And if you guys play Genshin Impact, not Genshin. You're playing Genshin right now. Honkai Impact or Fire Emblem Three Houses, you can kind of see both the Dimitri and Otto in him, kind of. And I'm kind of glad that they kind of dabbled into his backstory because I was really interested. What exactly was up with his parents back then? Because Ayaka only told us about her mother, and we actually found some similarities to those two. But now we see Ayato's perspective on both of his parents, being the head commissioner. So amazing story quest, and I think this is a nice way to end it off in a way. I feel like a lot of loose ends of Inazuma's turmoil has been tied up, and it opens up more stuff for Inazuma, which I am looking forward to because I do like Inazuma. I think Inazuma has one of the strongest casts, one of the characters when it comes to Genshin Impact. A lot of them are excellently developed, and it just makes me excited to see more. But that's just my opinion. What are your thoughts? Also, this is not just me being biased towards Ayato because he's the brother of Ayaka being my favorite character. It's not just that bias. I'm not being biased here. This is just my opinions on Ayato. But that's just my thoughts. How do you guys feel? I'm kind of sad we don't get too much Ayato playstyle though. Kind of disappointed by that one. There's not a lot of combat, but what can you do? We got a lot of combat coming up in the chasm. Next time, if not chasm stuff, more chasm stuff. I think the Irodoi Festival would be our last stop for 2.6. And maybe some theory videos on the way. But who knows, right? Who knows? So next time in Genshin Impact, we will I'll see you when I see you. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and leave me your thoughts on Ayato's character story quest, because I think it was a fantastic story quest in general. Not the best, but very good. So, I'll see you guys next time. ACairconditioner signing out. Have a good one, guys.